We're joined once again by former Onondaga County 1st Chief District Attorney Rick Trunfio. He's been helping us make sense of the case from the beginning. Rick, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Rick, simple one. What's your reaction?
I'm surprised at the two acquittals, though I do think we've talked for the last couple weeks. We've talked about that video being really the key piece of evidence, and that video didn't show them doing a lot, right? One put shackles on him, one held him for maybe a little bit. The defense was that they both were acting in the furtherance of their duties. So I think that DA Fitzpatrick's theory was that they were part of this gang assault, and that as corrections officers, they had a duty to protect, at least a duty to stop or disclose, and that is called accomplice liability. That is, you're cognizant of what's going on. You're therefore acting in a way that is part of the criminal mens rea, and the jury did not see it that way.
The video evidence, that was Bill Fitzpatrick's strongest piece of evidence, but it also helped two of the defendants. It worked for them.
Yeah.
Surprised by that?
So, you know, in trials, I always say you have your evidence that is positive for you, and then you have evidence that's neutral, and then you have evidence that's not great for you. The video, like evidence in a lot of cases, seems strong, and then sometimes you can shift it over to at least neutral. And if it becomes neutral, that becomes reasonable doubt. And so I think that's maybe what happened here. But again, I think that what we're overlooking, and I have to say this, that there's not very many prosecutors that could have got a depraved indifference murder conviction than DA Fitzpatrick. That was a very difficult charge to prove. We talked about the level of depravity and utter disregard for human life that you need. And I think that DA Fitzpatrick would have been satisfied with a manslaughter, which is really classic of what happened. Intent to commit serious physical injury, causing death. So the fact that he got a murder conviction on this is significant. I think it's significant in terms of accountability, and I think it's going to be significant for the Brooks family, I hope.
Maybe this is part of the legal definition, but why not gang assault? I mean, to lay people, we see, well, they're there, they're part of the gang. It would seem like they would be guilty there.
It's a great question. So juries, I remember I said it, I don't know if it was the last time, but maybe the time before that, that a jury trial is a crapshoot. And basically, what this jury did, and I thought they did it methodically, is they went with each defendant, right? They literally handled each defendant on his own, on what he did and what he didn't do. And I think that that's why the acquittals came, is I think that they looked and they said, are we really going to convict them of a homicide charge for doing nothing? And then with regard to the gang assault, what did they do? You'll notice that they kept asking for the definition of intent, and they kept asking to see the video. And they also kept asking for the defense cross-examination of the cooperating witness. And I think that when you factor that all together, remember that an acquittal means that the jury didn't think the prosecution proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. That's what it means. Whether they thought there should have been some culpability or not, we'll never know.
3 separate trials, too. Do you think that also played a role in the outcome of this case?
I think that for the prosecution, trying them together was the best chance that they had of getting those two that got acquitted. Because if you think about it, standing alone, at least they had the video, and they had the conduct of Kingsley with his chokehold. I do think that this whole duty to do something, not ignore, that's probably something that the jury felt was not in the law, that the instructions that they heard.
Yeah, interesting. Rick, we appreciate
Yeah,
you breaking
really
it all down for us. I mean, we've still got another case here. We might have a federal case. We've got mid-state, so I'm sure we're going to see you again. But thanks for walking us through all this, because sometimes this is very legal, and you got to go by the law, not what we think.
And I think that's what the jury did ultimately.
Right. Thank you for helping us understand the verdicts today. Rick Trumpio.